All right, good evening, everybody. Today is April the 14th, 2022, and we're here tonight again with Chris Hauser, and we're going to be going over his processes, 1099, conditional acceptance, and other issues. Before we get started, you guys, if you want to be up to date on these calls and other issues, go to youhavetheright.com and join the mailing list. It's on the front page, youhavetheright.com, and that way you'll receive notifications of when these calls, the call schedules, and other issues. And you can also help support us by joining the membership at youhavetheright.com. We have most of these calls broken down and edited by subject to make it easier for you to go through and learn the content. So if you could do that, that would be very much appreciated. So, Chris, here we are. What kind of updates do you have for us today?
Not a whole lot has changed since last Thursday night, other than a lot of stuff going on. I'm working with a crew right now. They are not really ready to go with the real estate yet, quite ready to go with this, but it's coming. We spoke last night for about 3 hours on the phone, and I'll release that. I'll release all that information as soon as they are ready to handle the volume, because it's going to be crazy. It's looking like the real estate, a good example of what a real estate brokerage is going to look like for this process. There's a few bugs that are getting worked out, and I'm not going to break out any of the information until I know that they're ready to handle the volume that's about to hit. But when it does, and I do get this information out, it's going out everywhere. And I want you all to, or all those that are listening, to be patient with this group, because they're learning just like you're learning. There is going to be, if there isn't already, there's going to be a Telegram channel for realtors, and there's probably going to be Telegram channels for each individual state realtors. They're going to get ready to start networking this process, as soon as there's some confirmation. And apparently it's been tested. The process has been tested, and a few folks are getting ready to receive the funds, apparently. So, like I said, when I bust this information out, these folks are going to be working tirelessly to handle the volume. But I would ask you all to be patient with these folks, because they are going to get to you. Trust me. It's an overwhelming thing. Starting this, this has only been hot and heavy since, December, and it's overwhelming to me. It's been completely overwhelming.
So, real quick, they're going to be handling the OIDs and all that other stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
They are going to basically handle it for you. You will be doing the 1099As, and they'll be doing the rest. And then you will find a realtor who will do the contract. I'm thinking that when this happens, the contracts that you'll all be entering into will be the constitutional contracts. This is going to take out real estate attorneys. If you're a real estate attorney, you're about to be out of the job. And it's also going to loosen up a lot of restraints that profession has on it. So, and once the Telegram channel's up for the realtors, a lot of y'all that are out there that are realtors will be able to get in contact with me, and I'll put you up on them so you guys can get networked together. I foresee this as taking a lot of work off of myself, and that's why I would like to do the same thing to this other brokerage that I'm working, the auto brokers, the high-end auto brokers. I'm wanting to get that up. As soon as it's up, all I'm going to be dealing with then from that time on, folks, is the conditional acceptances and the $100 million bond guys. They're pretty much doing that themselves. I don't know if y'all are up on the YouTube stuff, but there's probably a half a dozen different people out there with their own channels, and they are actually explaining how to fill out the 1099As. And they got 1111 Constitutional Avenue, in the lenders area. So what they're doing. Oh yeah, make sure you endorse the back with a beneficiary signature. So they're basically just regurgitating what I've said, and that's okay too, because as long as they're giving the right information out, people get to learn how to do this. It doesn't have to be me doing this. There's even one individual out there that is doing he's doing his own class on letter of credit. And like I've said before in these recordings, letters of credit are basically pretty easy. Now he's teaching his process of how you go about that. Well, you got to correct your status, and here we go. So you might want to be careful with those folks that are teaching the letter of credit, and if they're asking for money. If they're asking for money, and it's a large sum, if they're saying, give me $20 and I'll help you figure this out. $20, that's not bad. That's not a bad price to get some information. But if they're going, look, man, send me $500 and I'll show you how to do this letter of credit that Chris is talking about, you might want to be a little wary of it. That time is coming. I've already spoke with with Tad here, and what I'm going to do is work me and him and a few others that are well advanced and are looking at getting having their contracts up. We're going to do a little round table Zoom and do the letter of credit. You're going to find that here on Tad's. You're going to find that Zoom meeting on Tad's website. youhavetheright.com. That's where I just figured instead of doing this in every Zoom conference and doing this in every Telegram channel and then doing a video, it made more sense to do a Zoom with the people that I've been working with for 4 or 5 months now, to do a roundtable Zoom with just, a half a dozen of us and explaining and talking over the letter of credit. Then you'll be able to go right to Tad's website right here and watch it. It's just nothing more than to listen to it. I hope it's all recorded, a video, and it's all recorded so that you can see the examples of stuff. But we're going to do that probably I think, Tad, we should probably do that in about, maybe 3 or 4 weeks.
Okay.
Probably no more than that. No more than that. We'll get it together. Maybe we can get a couple of people from the research groups, and we'll do this Zoom. That way we got it in one place. Everybody can go, and then if it's their first time watching this Zoom, they're going to get familiar with your website, Tad.
Okay.
And like I'm saying, look, folks, if you're out here and you're, and you're listening here on this call, roll up in that website, man, and look around. There is a lot of valuable information, and most all of it's free, y'all. Most all the wandering in the site is free. There are a few things you're going to have to be a member for, but if you find the information that's in there valuable, that's free, imagine what's in there that might cost a little bit. So take the time, do a little sojourner there in the website and see what's up. Decide for yourself whether you think it's valuable. Kind of like I tell people, you guys go to Crow, and every hour of every one of his episodes is free. If you think there's a few things in there you find interesting, pay the $8, man. I do. But anyway, that's pretty much what's happened. Let's see. That's pretty much. I did get. I'll say this, and then we'll get on to it. I did get a picture from a screenshot from an individual who wrote the credit bureaus and disputed a debt, and they took it off of the credit report. The argument was Public Law 73-10. How can I have a debt? How can you say that there is a debt that's owed when Public Law 73-10 says that all debts, public and private, are paid for? If that being the case, you could pretty much get out there and write the credit bureaus about everything that's in your report with that same argument, and you should be able to clean your credit score up or clean your credit record up. They have to, if there's a dispute, they have to take it off until it's answered, until it's sorted out. That's the law, apparently.
Well,
so they tried that. Let's if, I never even thought of that. And someone said, I just tried this. I wrote one of the credit bureaus and told them that I was disputing this debt because of the Public Law 73-10. And they took it off. And the letter showed that they had taken that debt off of the credit report. So that's what I'm talking about. You guys get out here and you're thinking about stuff that I'm not thinking about at all. And you're working it. You're not shaky, you're working it. Well, let me try this and see what happens. Boom. Your credit score is getting cleaned up. Then I just wanted to share that. That was some new information that I got this week that I found pretty fascinating. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. So you guys, if you want to ask a question, you hit *6 and then I believe 1 after that to raise your hand in the queue. And we'll go. See, this is confusing. I don't know who it's going to call on now. It says next question. let's just hit the button. So you guys, they've changed over all the controls, so I'm still learning my way through it. And there's a button here that says next question, so I don't know who's going to be next.
This is still TalkShoe then, right?
No, this is freeconferencecall.com. TalkShoe's even worse. It won't let me unmute myself.
Yeah. I thought that's what we were. I thought that's what we were on last week, but I guess not.
Oh, there we go. 518. You're unmuted. Go right ahead. Uh, 518, Albany, New York. Hold on. Okay, 518, did you mute yourself by any chance? I'm going to mute you and then unmute you so that you know you're the one I'm talking to. 518, go ahead. Okay. Let's do this. Next question. 313, go ahead.
Okay. Hey, Chris, how you doing? This is Jonas, man. God bless you. How's your family?
Hey, how's it going, man?
All right. Hey,
we're
look
doing
here
good.
on the... Good. I'm glad to hear it. Good to hear it. When the trustee, I got a guy that's selling some land, when he's doing the 1099 OID, now it says number one, it says the amount you put down for it's the amount on the 1099A. Well, if you got two amounts, for instance, if he's selling land at $6 million and you're going to build a house on it, you're going to make it. You're going to put $6 million on the 1099A, and at the top, I guess you're going to put 9 because he's going to get his 6.5, and then the 9, the 80% that comes out of the rest is going to go to the builder to start, leaving 20% left over for the beneficiary, getting permits, whatever else he has to do. While that's just getting it started. So on the 1099 OID, which number will go there? Would the higher number go there? The total cost?
Are you talking about on the OID? You're talking about box 1 and box 8.
Box 1 and box 8, yes, sir.
Okay, this is how it's going to work. When y'all look at the 1099A, okay?
Yeah.
You got box 2 and you got box 4.
Right.
The box 4 is going to be the fair market value of the property. So if you're buying a house that's $950,000, that's where that's going to go.
Right.
Okay?
I figured as much.
Now in
Okay.
In box 2, it says balance of principal outstanding. Okay? That's going to be, say you're going to get $1.5 million, and you're going to use $550,000 improving the property. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
In box 2 is where $1.5 million will go.
Right.
And that's what you're going to get. That's the total amount of everything that you're going to get in box 2. Okay? Now I'm going to explain to you box 1, box 1 and box 8 in the OID. Okay? If you read the instructions, okay?
Yep.
It says original issue discount for the year. Okay? That's what it says in 1. And down in 8 it says original U.S. discount on United States Treasury obligations. That would be $1.5 million in box 8. Okay? In box 1, you're going to leave it blank. It's going to be zeros. Okay? If that's the first OID that's filed for the year. Okay?
Gotcha.
Okay?
Gotcha.
Now say you're the trustee and you're selling the property. the $1.5 million will go in box 8. Okay. Now, say you do this again. You got another piece of property that's $650,000, and you're getting $1 million, right? When you do your next OID, it's going to say $1 million in box 8, and then it's going to say $2.5 million in box 1. Okay. The reason that because you might do this if you're selling property, if you're a real estate agent and you're doing 6 or 7, maybe even 10 1099As a year, they want to know what the original issue discount for the year is. So that's going to be a total of all the OIDs that you send in plus the one that you're sending in at the time.
Okay. So to be clear, the number 1, the first one would be 0, and then if you do when you do the because I am in Michigan and in Atlanta, so the first one would be 0, and then the second one would be the first and the second added. Yeah. For the year.
In box 1.
In box 1.
8's always going to be the 8 is always going to be what box number 2 is on the 1099A.
Okay,
that's what box 8 OID. But you're going to keep a running tally of how many of these things you've done in a year.
Right.
Okay? And then when next year rolls around, your first property that you do that with is going to be blank. And then the second property is going to be the total of the first, second. All right? Does that make sense?
Yep, it makes sense. So you're saying and by you saying that, you're saying one property a year, regardless of whether you live in 2 states or not.
Well, no. If you're buying 2 properties, then you're the 1099A guy.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Say I live in Alabama, and it's hotter than firecracker in Alabama in the summertime. So I want a cabin up in. The beneficiary needs a cabin up in Minnesota, the land of 10,000 lakes. Well, I'm going to get a cabin up there because the beneficiary needs a cool summer place to chill. Alabama's too freaking hot. It's not good for my health to be, the beneficiary's health to be down there in all that heat. I might have a heat stroke. So I'm going to go someplace cool. Northern Minnesota or the Upper Peninsula. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And that would be, I would be doing the 2 1099As, but I'm not worried about the OIDs because I'm not the trustee. It's the trustees, the real estate agents that are going to do this multiple times in a year. They need to keep a running tally of what it is that how many of these OIDs throughout the year they've put in.
Okay.
The instructions.
All right. I did. I read it. I'm just double checking myself because one guy he's the land he's selling. He's doing it by owner. You know what I mean? And
for sale by owner.
For sale by owner. So, but okay, that's perfect.
You want to get down on it so that when you talk to him, you know what you're talking about.
Absolutely.
And that's what's good.
Right. Absolutely.
If you guys are out here and you're doing this 1099A process, if you can go to the people that are unfamiliar and go, look, man, this is how you do it, and this is how you have to do this right here, and you're giving them all this free information, they're going to go, well, this dude really knows what he's talking about here.
Right, and I showed them your video too. Yeah. Go and look at the videos too, man. I did that. So it's I was going to ask you something, but it's all good. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot, man. And you take care of yourself and stay safe.
Yeah, man. You too, brother. Peace and blessings, man.
All right. Peace and
Thank
blessings.
you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. Next question, 704. Go ahead.
No, it should be it should be coming anytime.
704.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Can you hear me? Hold on one
Sounds like
second, Daddy.
you're talking to your
Hey,
mother.
Chris, how are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm doing well. I apologize. I'm on the phone with my dad. So anyways, I have just a couple questions for you. As far as being someone's trustee, do you have to have an EIN to file the forms after the 1099A,
No.
the OID? You don't?
No, you don't. You don't have to be helpful. But what you do need is what you do need is a beneficiary account that money can go to.
Okay, and that was my second question, actually. How do you go about setting up a beneficiary account? Will I get bucked at all? Will they try? I mean, can you go to any bank and do the beneficiary account, or is it limited, or how does that work?
You should be able to, but you don't want them to know that you're doing it. You want to get it. You want to get them to accept it before they even know what's going on.
Right.
You go into the bank and I want to open up a checking account. You know, I want an ATM card. I don't really need checks because I can do it all with my ATM. Checks are good because then you can write beneficiary on all your checks, and they're going to process these checks.
Right.
The mortgage company, you send 6 checks to your mortgage company, and they're cashing these checks that say beneficiary on. Then they're agreeing that you are the beneficiary. You go in there and you say, I want to open up the account. You take your cash that you're going to open up the account with, and you sign the signature card while the accounts officer is filling out the paperwork, and then put the money on top of the card, hand it to them. They just accepted it.
Okay.
Most of the time, they're not even going to pay any attention to it.
Right. And when doing the 1099A, do I match up? Excuse me?
Chris?
When doing the 1099A, do I match up the account number?
Hold on.
Okay.
Chris,
Okay.
are you there? Chris? That means no, he is not.
I'm on the phone with Hauser. Hold on.
So hold on.
Okay, I will, Daddy. I'll call you. I'll call you back in a sec. Okay. Okay. All right. Love you. Bye.
Okay. Are you still there? Are you guys still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, Chris.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
What I was saying,
okay. So, go ahead.
What I was trying to say is, a lot of y'all are trying this, and it's not working at the bank. Okay, they're well, no, we're not going to do you a beneficiary. We can't give you a beneficiary account. What you want to do then is what you can do. And say it's a little more time consuming, but start writing these checks with a beneficiary signature, and then take a picture of them with your phone. Pay your mortgage with it. Pay your car payment. Pay your light bills, whatever. When you go to the bank and you withdraw money, slap the comma BENE period at the end of your net, and the cashier is going to take that receipt, and they're going to transact the money out of your account, and they're going to accept the beneficiary signature. And over time, you can accumulate quite a bit of these documents. Go in and sign the receipt at the bank, and then take a picture of it with your phone right after you sign it. Hand it to them. Collect all these pictures up. Create you a file of all the times that you signed the beneficiary or BDN period signature. And then that way, if you go in there, if they say, well, we can't accept this check, if they finally figure out what it is you're doing, they're going to say, well, we can't accept this signature on the receipt for your money, or we can't process this check because of the signature. You can go, wait a minute, you've been doing it for 6 or 8 months. See all these pictures? What do you mean you can't accept a beneficiary signature when you've done it 100 times?
Right.
What you're doing is you're making that a beneficiary account just by them acting as the trustees.
Right, just by them accepting those checks and...
Yeah,
right.
If you guys are having a hard time getting a beneficiary account, just use your old account and start signing with the beneficiary signature. They will, they'll accept that. The psychiatric hospital, they wanted me to sign a release so that they can release the discharge document, and I signed it. I wrote it and I signed it. I printed it and I signed beneficiary 3 times on their document. Well, I need a copy of that. Well, we can't give that to you. That's a violation of the HIPAA law. No, that's a violation of contract law. You might want to talk to your supervisor and make sure you guys are ready for what's happened. You know what's about to happen, because you're violating contract law by not giving me a copy of a document I've signed. So,
right.
With that being said, that hospital has agreed that they've got my Social Security number. I've never gave it to them, and I guarantee you, when I get these documents from this mental health hospital, that my Social Security number is going to be on some of that stuff, and I didn't give it to them. And now I got them agreeing that I am the beneficiary. They're in big freaking trouble. And you can do the same thing with your bank, folks. If you're having a hard time getting a bank to accept you as the beneficiary, so use your own account. Make it a beneficiary account. Does that help with your questions?
It helps a whole lot with my question, Chris. And another thing, when you are filing the 1099-A as a trustee, do you match up the account number with the bank account that you just opened up, a beneficiary bank account? Do you match up that account if you're doing an 8888 to do a direct deposit? Do you have to match up the account number on there with the? Yes. Okay.
Yeah. When you're acting as a trustee in someone else's trust, and there's money going to be transferred from the Treasury via the 8888, you're going to put that beneficiary account. Say that you're going to use this as an escrow because you're trying to buy a house or you're trying to sell a house to your friend. You want that money to go into that escrow, and then the money goes out for the property goes out to the person that is, which would be you, and and whatever's extra could be them. You know what I'm saying? If you're selling a house to somebody and you're selling it for $700,000 and you do this for $900,000, you can take the house that you're selling these folks and then give them the $200,000. Actually, what they would be doing is you would sell them the house. There'd be $200,000 left over, right? So $40,000 of that could be them. If they want to take and do $160,000 worth of improvements, they would bring you the receipts, right? Because you're using these receipts. Here, I sold the house for $700,000. I've got as soon as you get $160,000 in receipts for improvements that have been made, then you can turn the $40,000 over cash to them. Here you go.
Okay. Got you.
I talked to these people last night about this process. Well, why is it 90% or why is it 20%? Well, if I'm buying a house from you and you sell it to me for $700,000, and I take $140,000 of it or $160,000 of it, and I contract the work out, the pool that I want in, it needs a new roof, the foundation needs fixed, all the walls need painted, I need to upgrade the kitchen. If I'm contracting all that work out, I'm entitled to mark all that up 20%, like a contractor does. That's how that's going to work. It's almost like you're getting paid to improve your own house.
Right. And when you're paying a bill, with the sorry to interrupt you, Chris. When you're paying a bill with the 1099-A, did they have to be like, say I'm paying off my truck with the 1099-A? Do they have to be willing to file the said documents afterwards, or would you just submit the 1099-A to the CFO or the CEO, and they know where to go from there? Do they have to be in agreement?
Yeah, you can send the A. You can say, look, because see what you're doing with the remittance letter is you're either doing the coupon or you're doing the 1099-A or you're doing both. Here, I'm just going to help you double dip this thing a little bit,
right?
So we can go on ahead and settle this debt. I'm cool with it. If you're cool with it, I'm cool with it. And you're sending that to them. They will do the OID, the 96-1040B, the 8888 if they want to get their money faster. They'll do all that. Matter of fact, a lot of those businesses and corporations like that already have an 8888 account set up. They're already familiar with how to get money from the Treasury that way.
So the 8888 is that just pretty much the 8888 account? That's pretty much the beneficiary account.
Yeah, unless you have an EIN. See, a lot of these brokers are doing the EINs, or they're doing a private trust.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, if you're doing that, then that's where that money's going to. If you got an EIN trust that you want the money to go to, that trust is going to have an account related to it. That's the account you're going to send it to when you're doing the trustee part of the job. But if you're sending this in and you're paying off your car, they're going to do all that. They're going to do all the other documents. They already know what to do. It's why they're not sending a lot of the folks out here like, I sent my 1099-A on my car payment, and they said that they can't accept that, but they don't send it back. Why?
Then they
because
accepted
they did accept it. Matter of
right.
fact, they're taking it and filing it with an OID, 96-40B, and an 8888. They already know what they're doing. Gee, we got this. Hey, let's tell her that we're not going to accept it, and see if she sends us some more money.
Wow.
Right? What they're doing is they're fraud.
I've seen in one of your videos that
paid
you
it
said
off.
that.
Yeah. That's
sorry.
what they're doing.
I'm sorry. I don't have good Wi-Fi service, so it's like when you talk, it's like 5 seconds behind. I apologize.
Yeah.
But I seen in one of your videos where you said that you meet with a group of veterans on Wednesday morning. Is that open to the public? Because my husband's a veteran, and we're just right a hop, skip, and a jump from you. Is that open to the public or no?
No, it's open to veterans.
Right, open to veterans. Okay. Yeah. I guess I'll just get with you.
The only people that go in there that aren't veterans are politicians wanting your vote.
Oh, okay.
So,
and do you do that every Wednesday morning?
Yeah, it's every Wednesday morning from 9 to 12. It's in Newport, Tennessee.
Hearing Babe every Wednesday morning from 9 to 12.
Every Wednesday morning. Coffee and donuts and bullshitting time. Yeah.
Awesome.
Every Wednesday morning.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in Newport, Tennessee. It's 148 Pine Street. If any of y'all are close by and you're a veteran and you need some help, come on up and see us. That's what we do. We help.
And you said 148 Pine Street in Newport, Tennessee?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 148.
Yeah, we are actually just about 2 hours from you.
Are you? Okay. Yeah, you guys are more than welcome.
Well, my husband used to live in Kingsport.
Oh, you live in Kingsport?
Well, my husband used to live in Kingsport.
Oh. His name wouldn't be Bradley by chance, would it?
No, it's Micah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I had a buddy
Micah.
I was in the Army with. I had a buddy that I was in the Army with that was from Kingsport. That was my first trip to East Tennessee was Kingsport. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Nice area.
Small world.
Yeah.
All right. So does that answer your question?
It's 148 Pine Street, Newport, Tennessee.
Yeah, 148 Pine Street, Newport, Tennessee.
Awesome.
Okay, so
and yes, that does wrap up my question.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay. 469 area code. Go ahead.
Hi, Chris. How y'all doing?
How's it going?
All right. I have a 1099 scenario that I'm putting together sort of out of necessity. I had to go to the hospital Sunday and found out that they thought I had a stroke. It wasn't a stroke, but I do have a lot of nerve damage in my back because I lost the use of my right leg for a while. And so I can't do the work that I'm normally been doing for the last 19 years, which is very labor intensive.
Yeah.
So I have a trustee. She has a beneficiary trust account that she is going to utilize solely for the 1099A process. And so here's my scenario. I've gone to the dealership, and they, with the 1099A to try to get a truck, and I was trying to teach them how to do this kind of thing, and they didn't accept it. And, of course, I ran into the other argument that other people have brought up about proof of funds, yada, yada, yada. So we came up with this plan. I don't want to do, some of these people are trying to do this stuff online. I'm not going to do that. What I'm doing is I'm actually mailing my physical 1099A to the trustee with the addresses on there from the Treasury. It's got my address. And so what we're going to do, if we can, let's say a truck is $80,000. We're going to need $20,000 for gas for a year, plus she's got her fee. We're going to do that, plus rent for a year, water, gas, light bill, all of those things. And on the third one, on the bottom, I'm going to need medical care, plus food and shelter, clothing, that kind of thing for my kids. And we kind of added it all up, what these things are going to cost, and send that to the Treasury with an 8888. That way, in the descriptions, it'll have, all the allocations that the money's going to, so that the Treasury can send that to her account to where Okay, the beneficiary needs his rent done. The trustee writes the check for the year for that. If I go to a dealership, I find a truck that I want. Well, I like this GMC pickup over here. It's $80,000. If you would, the beneficiary needs you to call the trustee so that they can wire the funds immediately. That kind of thing. Same thing with medical, or the trustee needs $300 this week to go get some groceries for his family. That kind of thing. Do you see anything in that is wrong, doable, or what's your thought on that?
Everything's doable, but you're going to have this trustee who's going to hold the property. So for one, you better trust them, and for two, they better keep good record of it, because they don't care to stove you up for some trust fraud if you're screwing around. And like I said, trust is set up to pay your bills, and there's coming a day where you won't have to do that scenario. You'll just send a 1099-A to the light company for the whole year. You'll send it to the power company, the gas company, the water company. Your house will be paid for because you will have got it with the 1099-A. Your car will be paid for. You'll be able to 1099-A a gas company, and they'll send you a gas card. Here, just get your gas from us. So, yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to run that by you because, I'm like, well, if I've got a trustee and the funds are already there with everything accounted for each allocation that we got the money for, then, I don't have to go wait 45 days or even 3 weeks with an 8888 if I go to a dealership.
Yeah, you can try it, but
the money's already there.
Yeah, it makes sense, but and you can try it. Let's just see what happens. Let us know how it turned out for you.
Okay.
I don't know. I've never thought about doing it like that, but it sounds doable. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I kind of thought so too, because it's in an escrow account that's only going to be used for the beneficiary.
Yeah.
And on the 1099-As, the Treasury knows what the money's going for. It may not have a color, truck, bid number, all of that. That's going to come later, but the money will be there so that we can certainly prove it.
All right. So does that answer your question?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you very much. And we'll go on to the next caller. 973. Go ahead. Area code 973.
Tad and Chris, thank you. God bless you for doing this. Actually, one of my questions was answered, the very first question about the OID, so thank you for clarifying that. I guess another question could be, like, say if I'm on the highway, right, and I get pulled over and it's state police, how would the conditional acceptance be different as compared to, if I had the, my town prosecutor and all that? But if it's the state police, how would that be different? Hello?
Chris, are you there? Oh, boy. All right. Hold on.
Please try your call again.
Okay, are you guys still there?
I'm here.
You're here, okay. Uh-oh, I think Chris's phone may have died. You guys, hold on just a second here.
Mailbox that has not been set up yet.
Maybe he's trying to call me. I don't know. So let me try it again. I'll just keep trying until I get him. Hold on.
Mailbox that has not been set up.
Hold on.
Main menu.
Okay, it could be that his phone died. I'll try a couple more times, you guys, or we may have to end this call, so hold on.
Box that has not been set up yet.
And he doesn't have a voicemail. Okay, you guys, I'm going to try one more time, and if I can't get him, I will probably be ending this call, but just hang on a second.
Has a voicemail box that has not.
All right, so what was your question again? 973?
It was just kind of out of the top of my head, but if I were to get pulled over by state police, how would the conditional acceptance be different?
How would the conditional acceptance be different than what?
Well, like if I were to get pulled over in, I guess, like my town or some town where it's like there's the town prosecutor and what have you.
Oh, I see. I think that's probably a Chris question. I don't know that it would be very different at all. They're all operating under color of law. That would be basically your claim.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys, thank you very much for showing up. I'm sorry that it ended like this. We probably had enough time to go through everybody in the queue except Chris's phone died. So, again, join our mailing list, youhavetheright.com, so you can stay informed of these calls. And we will see you guys again next week. Thank you very much. Good night.
Thank you, Ted.
You bet.